Okay. Welcome to the show, renowned filmmaker Alex Morgan.
Thank you
for the
very
first
much.
time.
And then you're gonna add in the clapping sound effects and like an applause.
Yeah, of
Cool.
course.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I'm so happy to be here.
I mean, we're so lucky to have had you.
Yeah.
I know that your schedule's pretty full.
I'm very busy all
Yeah.
the time.
So, Apparition, the first film on the channel.
Yep.
We just watched it. What are your overall thoughts?
Overall thoughts?
Yeah.
I'd say, okay, wait, let me break this down to like keywords.
Okay.
If I had if I could use, give me a limit on keywords. How many keywords can I use?
4.
4, okay. 4 keywords. That's way too many. No, I would say no. I think I can do 4. I think the 4 would be camera work, like cinematography, I guess. I would say sound design. I think in general.
Okay. Yeah.
Acting.
Right.
And I want to say music, but music comes under sound design, I feel like.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can say they're separate if you want to.
No, I think I'd say maybe this is one word. Good use of environment, but it's like there's no spaces.
Okay.
It's just a weird. Yeah, it's kind of hard to read if you looked at it.
Set design?
Set, I guess, but it's not a set.
I mean, it's just my house.
It's your house, so it's good use of
yeah.
your house. Yeah, I think those are my 4 key things I'm thinking about after watching it.
Okay, so you want to go into them one by one?
Yeah, let's do that.
Right. So Camerawork.
Camerawork was my first one, which arguably also isn't a word, but whatever. I think it was really well shot. I think that's probably the prime thing about it, is it's genuinely well shot.
I'll just chuck in, it was directed by Tom Haslam, my brother. Just got a rep.
It's just not you.
No, it was not me.
I think there was some really cool, inventive camera shots in there. I liked, there was a shot of you going up the stairs, I think it was one take.
Yes, there's a shot of me coming in the house, and I go to the back doors, and then I come back and go up the stairs. Yeah. And that is all one take.
That was, I genuinely liked it, and I was like, oh, that was a good shot. And also the one where you're coming, straight after, I think, where you're coming up and the camera's panning up with you. And then the bathroom, where it's it kind of tripped me out. Was it a mirror?
There was a mirror in the
It's
bathroom,
a mirror that it's looking at, and then it turns around, but you're looking at the same thing because it was looking in a mirror.
Yeah,
I think is what happened.
Very hard shot to do.
Yeah, it was a really good. It was a really good shot. It was a clever shot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think overall, just there's a lot of good camera work in it. I think it had some really, really good shots, genuinely impressive shots. I was like, oh, that's actually good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's good.
That's not something I'm going to shit on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess camera work as well. If you have anything to talk about the black and white.
Yes. Yeah. Obviously, that's a choice.
Yes.
I take you didn't
That was a choice because it was our. I mean, it's the first one that I've done to completion. I guess the first film, and we also didn't have long to do it, so we didn't understand. We didn't know how to light a scene.
That's a really clever point. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think black and white probably does need the same amount of effort, but at the time we were it's probably a little bit easier.
Yeah, it gives it an aesthetic. It feels like it fits the tone of what's happening.
I think some of the shots definitely look quite good for it.
Hey, I tell you what. Okay, here's what you could have said. Ready? So it's black and white because it's made to feel like a memory, because you're walking through a memory.
I mean, that's exactly what. Yeah, you're taking the words out of my mouth.
I literally.
That is what I said.
There you go. Yeah. You can just edit that in now.
Exactly. I'll just change your voice to sound like mine.
You could just say it now and shift the edit around or whatever. I'm just gonna edit your voice to sound like mine. That's way easier. Okay. But yeah, I would say I'm trying to think if there's any other particular shots that really stood out to me. I don't think there is.
No.
It was generally well shot. I don't think there was any shots I looked at and I was like, oh.
I think a couple of them were maybe a little bit dark.
Okay, yeah, but again, that's lighting. Again, that's
yeah, exactly.
We'll get to that with environment.
Okay, all right. That's coming later.
That's a little tease for anyone listening. They're like, oh man, I hope they talk about the lighting.
So number 2 was, I can't remember, sound design.
It was, which also isn't one word.
No, that's not one word.
I think one of the things I picked was one word. Yeah, sound design. Really good sound design. I think it had some really good uses of sound effects. If you hadn't said to me while watching it, there's no sound here. Look, there's no sound here. I wouldn't have known. Like, I wouldn't have known. I think there was like one moment where I spotted a sound effect, but I think again it's because you said to me that there's a sound effect.
I mean, I love pointing out errors in my own work.
Idiot.
It's good fun.
But yeah, I think it was genuinely good use of sound effects. There was a bit when you were upstairs by the window and you pulled the recorder out your pocket.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Was it a sound effect?
Yes, it was.
I thought it was really good. Like, because it made me question whether it was or not.
Okay.
Because it felt like it could have just been the sound of.
The majority of the shots, the sound effects were done later because I left my microphone elsewhere.
Amazing.
So I didn't have a microphone, so I had to go around and record all of the audio on my phone afterwards. And because we kind of decided early on to do all of the voice acting like on voiceover.
Yeah.
So I did that on my computer microphone later on.
That makes sense. Who was? Okay, let's transition into acting with this.
Okay, yeah.
Terrible.
That is fair.
But like fairly so. Like that, I have no reason to expect amazing acting or good acting.
It's my first acting gig.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so I didn't have any like problem with it. Like, I wasn't watching it like, oh, for God's sake, this could have been so good, but it's terrible because of his acting. Like, it was just the fact that I definitely took note. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what
I mean?
But then I would say, who voiced Freddy?
Freddy's the kid, isn't he?
Yeah.
That is one of my family members.
Who?
Quite distant.
Dead? Beyond the grave?
No,
it's an actual ghost we recorded.
It was a child.
It was a child.
Yeah.
It was terrifying. Like, that genuinely made me, like, go, oh. Like, I didn't like it. But in a good way. Like, it worked. It was really horrible.
Yeah, no, the dad was one of our friends.
Okay.
And then the kid was, a distant family member. He's quite young, like 5 or so. We just kind of asked everyone. We sent a couple of lines out on the family group chat and we're like, does anyone have kids that want to...
Does anyone have kids?
That wants to give it a go?
People have kids?
Yeah, so we did that and we got quite a few back, to be fair.
And that was the creepiest.
And that was creepiest.
And then you distorted it, I take it.
We did distort it a little bit.
I was going to say it was a little bit distorted.
Yeah, we did add that in later.
Oh, you like the film. I'm just like kind of tired. Okay, so yeah, I thought that was pretty well done. Like, I liked that aspect of it.
Yeah, I quite like that bit as well, yeah.
But yeah, I think you can definitely tell, like I don't want to just start shitting all over your acting.
You can shit on me if you want, it's
okay,
fine.
It was terrible. Like, it was that aspect. I've seen it before, like, it's not uncommon. Like, it's the whole thing of, like, walking from frame to frame and stuff, and, like, you can tell you're walking.
Yeah, you can tell I'm not an actor, yeah.
You can tell you're walking to, like, a point rather than just... Like, it doesn't feel like your character's walking naturally. It feels like you're... Okay, I'm walking to this X mark.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Which is, like, how... Because, like, I think it's just a director's mindset. Because that is what you think of when you're, like, telling your actors to do stuff. And it's the actor's job to then be like, no, but I'm not just walking to the X. My character's walking beyond the X. But there's nothing beyond the X. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all I'd say about that. What did I say next?
Environment.
Use of environment. Again, not one word.
Not one word, no. That's
use of environment, I would say, yeah, I think it was a really... Oh, I'm yawning. I think the issue is I'm tired. No, I really like the use of environment. I really liked it was a cool creepy setting. Like, I know it's just your house.
Yes,
but
we did take all of the furniture out for the most part.
Oh really? Where was it?
It was cleared out. Oh, it was just like stuck in other parts of the house.
Just outside the street.
Yeah, and we stuck like bed sheets and stuff over certain areas to give it a more abandoned look.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think you did a really good job. Like, it felt like it was a house that had been lived in, but it didn't feel like it was your house, which is a hard thing to do, I think, when you're making, like, an amateur film, is to make a setting not look like it's just, like, a
lived-in place.
Yeah, exactly, or that you live there. So I think that was really well done. I liked the cross at the end. I liked the idea that somebody maybe saw in your garden and saw a grave. And they were like, what?
Yeah.
That kind of entertained me as a thought.
I think we made all of it. We made the cross as well.
Yeah.
And then we just spent a long time.
Who are the pictures of?
It's my brother. We spent a long time going through the family photo album, finding a good one.
Amazing. Yeah, and I thought the lighting and stuff, I didn't have a problem with the lighting. There were a couple of moments, I think, where it looked too dark, maybe.
Yeah, I think in the garage at the end, it was really hard to make out that he was going for the bear.
Yeah, I think that, and there was like a shot in the hallway where it just seemed particularly dark compared to the rest of it.
Yeah, I think that was a part. It might have been part of like a long take.
Yeah,
and I think we did do it a couple of times with different like apertures and things.
Yeah.
But because it goes from the hallway to the garden, there's such a massive change in lighting.
Yeah,
that was kind of the best we could get.
No, that's fair.
From what we understood at the time.
And yeah, I think that's all I have to say on the environment. Did I have another key? It was 4, wasn't it?
I think that was
your 4. So technically been through all the 4. Okay, well then I do want to talk about the story.
Oh yeah, okay.
So, first of all, I think I should say I got the story, so that's good.
That's better than I expected.
Yeah, that's like even I say that and I got it. Like because I think it's very loose, obviously.
It's very loose.
It's one of those things where it's difficult because obviously you're a private investigator.
Yeah.
I'm yawning again. What's going on? It's his chair. It's really comfy. I'll just pass out.
Yeah, this was comfier.
Okay. I mean, see, this is where it's difficult because the title obviously is Apparition. So immediately like Ghost.
Yeah.
It's never actually stated what has happened.
That is true.
The house. Like,
I thought I said it at the beginning.
You say there's been a break-in or something.
Okay, yeah.
But it does. The only thing I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I'm sure of it, but like I'm not entirely sure of it. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Is that was the house abandoned and broke? Like, has something already happened in this house and it's been broken into, and that's the ghost? Or is the reason they're a ghost because of the crime that happened?
Yeah, the reason that there's a ghost is because of the crime.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the things, the noises that the neighbours are hearing is the ghost.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
After that, yeah. So, I mean, in terms of the story, it kind of, the reason that it's not great, it comes from the fact that this...
mind.
Yeah, because I'm a bad storyteller.
Amazing.
No, because this film was made... about this time last year in peak lockdown.
Yeah.
So there was nothing else to do really. But there was this film festival, the Quarantine International Film Festival.
Yeah.
And it was to make a 5-minute film. So we were like, hey, we've got nothing better to do. Let's do that. My brother had made a couple of films when he was a kid called The Apparition. So we were like, oh, let's do a Star Trek style soft reboot.
Whoa!
To kind of, like...
all those Apparition fans.
Exactly, yeah. We've got to please the fans. So this one is technically the 4th Apparition.
And it's in the Kelvin universe.
And it's called instead of The Apparition, it's just Apparition.
So you reversed what Suicide Squad did?
No, we did what is it Predator did? The Predator to Predator? I feel like they did that.
No, they didn't. They did the Predator. No, I think it's just Predator.
Okay.
Then it became Predators.
Yeah, but there's a new
one. And then
it was
the Predator was the new one. Yeah, you've done the opposite to what everyone does.
Yeah, we flipped it on.
That's what I'm saying. Suicide Squad was Suicide Squad.
Okay,
now it's the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Predator was Predator. Now it's the Predator.
Well,
Apparition was the Apparition. Now it's Apparition.
We're doing something no one else has.
Crazy.
But we found this film festival thing. I was looking through the rules and everything, and I read up.
It said no ghosts. You were like, oh no!
I read up to the point where it said it has to be 5 minutes, and I was like, that's enough of the rules. Let's go make a film.
What are the rest?
And then my brother was like, this seems pretty loose for a film script. For a film competition. Like, there's not many rules to this. And this was 3 days before the deadline. He was like, maybe there's some more rules. So I reread it. Turns out there are more rules. The rule is that the film has to encompass or contain like a theme of bear, either the animal or the bearing all kind of.
Okay.
So we were like, we've kind of messed up a bit here. We had a finished film.
Yeah, I just clocked as to what you did.
So we spent the next day just being like, how on earth can we fix this? Like, use the footage that we already have, because we did not have time to shoot more, and for me to edit it as well. So we spent a couple of days or a day or so thinking up the new script, and we were like, right, we can kind of shoehorn in this bear story of the kid. So the kid dies and he just wants his bear so that he can be at peace, kind of thing. And we were like, that kind, it kind of works with the vibe that we were going for. And then we shot in like half a day the extra clips.
How did it originally end?
It ends.
It didn't.
So I think in the end, the detective was meant to die and become like a new spirit in this house, because it was meant to be a prequel to the original one that my brother made back 10 years ago, in which a private detective goes to this house and is tortured mercilessly by this spirit.
Home Alone style.
Huh?
Home Alone style.
Yeah. So I was going to be that spirit. That was the idea, that I would die and become this spirit.
Yeah.
But then obviously that all got cut. We were like, that doesn't really work. So we came up with this bear thing. And then we also threw in the really creepy Pop Goes the Weasel.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Music, the Witch Tested, which is great music. We spent
that was really good music, actually.
Yeah, especially because she had to, she obviously had to make the music.
Yeah.
But she had to fit it to the film, because we made the film and then we were like, you just fit
Did
the
she
music
watch
to
it and play over it?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, so we just had it on mute and then she played over it. Which is another reason.
You had the microphone on mute.
Yeah, which is another reason why we had to do it quite quickly, because we obviously had 3 days left, half a day to shoot, about a day to edit, and then about a day to stick this music on it as well. So we were kind of, we cut it pretty fine on fixing that. But yeah, I mean, that's how we got to where we are. Yeah. So yeah, I think overall
I liked it.
It's better than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
I obviously hate the sound of my own voice.
I
hate the acting. Yeah.
It's fine, everyone does. Like, you're not on your own on this, I promise.
It was bad, but everything else was kind of okay.
But then, like, saying your acting's bad is like one of those things again where it's like, it's not that bad. Like, it's not terrible. Like, I've seen way worse acting and stuff.
It gets the point across enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing, is that, like, the film doesn't actually rely that much on it.
Yeah.
Like, appropriately enough, because you understood that. You were like, oh, I can't do this.
No, I did spend a lot of time trying.
If you've learned anything from this film, it's to know your limits.
I should be behind the camera, not in front of it.
I don't think you can't be in front of it, but like maybe as an extra. Like, you're just like there.
I'll be like the cameo.
Yeah, like Stan Lee.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh no, this is dangerous. I always do this. I always say I'm gonna say something, then I forget what I was gonna say. Oh, I want to rate and rank them all. So I want to, like, we don't obviously have any more to rank it against yet.
Oh, okay, yeah. You want to give it what should we do, out of 10?
Like, yeah. So let's say, like, it's. This is, like, obviously the first one, so it's hard. I have seen some of your other stuff.
I'm happy to give it a very low rating.
But then, like, are we doing this in comparison to all film, or are we doing it in comparison to your films?
I don't think do it in comparison to anything, if you can avoid
If I was going to give it, like, but then, like, it's not like a film for those. It's not like a 2-hour film, so, like, you can't, like, give it a normal rating.
I guess.
I'm trying to think of other short films I've seen, how I would rate it against them.
I've not seen many short films, to be
exactly.
fair.
See? So, like, okay, wait.
I've seen a couple.
If I was going to throw out, like, a score that felt right, I would say it's, like, a 4.5.
That's generous.
It is, because I think it's just below average. I don't think it's that bad, though. I think it's watchable.
Yeah, it is watchable. Yeah. I think if I was to change anything, I would 100% change me. Yeah, I would change my voice. I think the acting's, like, it's not great, but it, like, gets the point across. But
100%.
The voice, I think, needs changing. I think that's the one that gets me.
Struggle to get it down, or like get the runtime down or up to 5 minutes?
Yes, I struggle to get it down.
Down.
Yeah.
See, so I'm a big fan of letting people do as long as they want for a film if it works.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the story would have come across better. I don't know what the rest of the thing was, but I think the story would have come across better maybe if it was longer.
Yeah, because I did my voiceover one of the last things that I did.
Yeah.
So I knew I gave myself an allotted time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, by the time my character gets to this point, I have to be done with this audio.
Yeah.
So I did kind of speed through it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I wasn't really worrying about how I was saying it. I was just worrying about how fast I was saying it.
Yeah, see, that's where time limits are bullshit. Don't have time limits. That's interesting to know. I think, okay, if I was going to rank it...
Okay, against what, every film ever?
No, against all your films. I want to rank all your films.
Okay.
Like, you know, the classic, like, S to...
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I want to do that.
I could chuck one of them
without knowing... Yeah, so this is going to be on the screen now, I guess.
Yeah.
Without knowing what...
Are we doing S tier, or are we doing a S tier to F tier, right?
Yeah, S tier to F tier. I feel like that's appropriate. And I think I'm trying to think of... See, I've seen your other films, like a few of them, but, like, not well enough that I would, like, know immediately off the top of my head.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm going to say right now, not knowing, this could change. Like, I'm leaving myself open to change. I mean, you cannot lock me in. Yeah, you can't lock me in on this. Okay. Promise me. I think I would put it at, like, a C.
A C, okay.
C. This is against your films.
Yeah. I think I would probably put it down at, like...
You think your films get
D.
better? Do you think your films get better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully.
No, it's a genuine question. Like, I wasn't trying to be snide or anything. I'm genuinely, do you think, like...
Yeah, the next few I think are better. The ones that I've obviously done already. I don't know about the ones I haven't done.
I get way worse. I'm from the future.
This is the peak right now.
Yeah. I peaked in primary school.
Yeah. Okay, so you're saying C tier.
Yeah.
I think around a D tier.
I think you're being too harsh on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll stick with C tier for now. And then...
It'd be so funny if by the end of this, I'm like, it's an S tier compared to the others.
Oh God, could you imagine?
A for Apparition.
Okay. All right. I guess that's about everything then. You got anything else to say? No. Cool.
Listen, it's not out yet, but it will be. Listen to You Don't Know What You're Missing podcast. There'll be a link in the description, or I'll kick off.
I'll consider it. We'll see. We'll see.
Like that.
Okay. All right. Well.
Stop.
Thank you.
Stop. I don't want to be on recording.